Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Lionel's Vergil 1 Cry Peak of Motivation. Wait, I mean Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. Making regrettable life decisions yet again. After more than a month with a pathetic Christmas event and the half anniversary rerun event masqueraded as the anniversary event, we have finally gotten another Vergil. Oh brother, no, not just any Vergil. It is the Alpha and Omega Vergil, also known as Perpetual Constipated Face Vergil. Not sure what is up with all the developers. It looks like Vergil seriously need to take a dump, but yet he is stuck in these games helping noobs to fight bosses and have to suck it up. And as you know it, he has dethroned Freezing Tempest and Eternal Nightmare as the new Ice Hunter Alpha, and I would dare say even Legend Seeker. What? With the ability to spam his Sin Devil trigger and stay in that form for more than a minute. All the most powerful skills are usable right off the bat. But before we get to him, let's try my luck while gachaing him. With a stroke of luck, I got him on the very first 50-50 and didn't need to scream while Royal Guard or one-man show spooking the pools. But then again, Royal Guard spooked while I was on my mission to get his S+ copy, but still left with lots of resources for future nonsense. And lucky on the first 50-50 for his signature weapon as well. Okay, I wouldn't lie. I would not even talk about his regular form. His main damage all comes from Sin Devil trigger. The good thing about this is, you can do your normal attacks while holding the Sin Devil trigger button, allowing you to waste little time to charge up that bit of MP bar for the full transformation. And since you have definitely tried him out in his story mode, he is a pure boss and co-op unit, so I'm here with my doctorate of bullshit to maximize your damage during the fights. His best combination attacks would be using Mirage Edge combo and followed by Rapid Slash to charge up your Void Meter. Once ready, use Void Slash and ending off with Trigger Rush. See the damage meter, and that is not a lie. Use it in co-op and feel his power.
Let's have some fun.
I believe you all have all read up on his skills, and there is a particular skill called Void Judgment Cut. This is triggered after pausing for about half a second after using Rapid Slash. It is like Count Thunder and Endless Judgment added into the mix, but refrain from using it. The overall damage is much lower and there is a slight lag while connecting the attacks, so highly not recommended. You are losing a third of damage, man. Flashy but mid at best. So, back to his Sin Devil trigger. How do we make sure he can spam his Sin Devil trigger or Trigger Rush consistently? That comes from his cut set. Make sure you have high MP regen to keep his MP topped up while he slashes and pokes those bosses away. Being able to throw out 14,000% damage is just scary, but of course unable to spam it like Legend Seeker's Deep Stinger at S+. And have I talked about his Void Slash in Devil Trigger mode? Holy shit, he can stun Paraslope! Imagine another Legend Seeker or another Alpha and Omega. The frozen Paraslope will eat the full Deep Stinger or Trigger Rush. And the final icing on the cake is, his Sin Devil trigger form is not affected by control as he can just jog around without being pulled away by Paraslope. Okay, let's look at the downsides. As per most hunters, he suffers from one of the worst aerial combos. To deal low damage and use the air tornado thing doesn't charge the swiftness gauge, which means it is not in his optimal rotation at all. So from here you can see how hampered he is against Paraslope. And not sure if it is a bug, realize I never managed to do extreme counter even once. So my friends, what do we do? Do we throw all our resources on Alpha and Omega, or do we wait for Sin Devil Trigger Dante? Of course we do! He is currently top dog. As you can see, I managed to outdamage some hunters that has a higher grade than him. A powerful skill set, no knockback, unaffected by control, 20% damage reduction, all while using Sin Devil Trigger form, which you can spam very easily. What the hell is not to love? Okay, maybe the extreme counter bug needs to be fixed, but that will not hinder how powerful he is compared to the others. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Lionel's Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, undoing questionable life decisions in this game. Second week of Alpha and Omega, and what have we learned from him thus far? Is he really the savior we all have been asking for? Apparently yes, and he has proven with anecdotal evidence that he is the real co-op boss killer. He may not have a brute force method like Gunslinger and Endless Judgment, but he can very well wipe the floor dry with Hellfield within a minute. How about Paraslope and Meteor? Those two are actually a different beast, but that doesn't stop a person with a doctorate of bullshit from making sure Vergil gets to use the toilet after finishing them off. With the usual rotation of Sin Devil Trigger, Mirage Edge combo, Rapid Slash, Trigger Rush and Void Slash rotation, I will bring everyone to the promised land of the Demon King. No, not you, Urizen. Get lost. Hellfield? Ha! You filthy imbecile! You are nothing against his power. Sin Devil Trigger is activated so that he doesn't get knocked back when the laser hits him, allowing him to stay on course to shoot it at Hellfield. However, he is not immune to burn, so just a small thing to take note. On the other eye, you can use his flash combo to have multiple hits, but since it has been handled by my teammates, this is an extremely quick fight. Even though Vergil is in normal mode, he hits hard enough with his Mirage Edge combo, Rapid Slash and Void Slash to finish the job. Go back to the rubbish dump.
Time to bleed. Time to bleed.
You shall die.
Bleed.
Meteor, the bane of all hunters without a proper air combo. Likewise, Alpha and Omega is not spared. He hits hard with my usual combo rotation, which charges up his MP bar fast enough thanks to my cutscene. So spamming Trigger Rush is excellent here like Legend Seeker. He prevents Meteor from summoning an extra boss and mind controls a friendly. Plus the damage he deals is so much more than Legend Seeker. However, keep a lookout at his HP. He is affected by all ground attack damage, and he is surprisingly susceptible to the poison from Meteor, so remember to run around if needed. The summon bosses mean nothing to him. They die quite easily with the usual rotation. But this round, not enough time and meter to do his Sin Devil Trigger. And since my teammates are not strong enough, I had to kiss the floor. But more HP means more damage for me after revival. In the end, nothing else matters. For Paraslope, I'm going to do one where he deals tons of damage if the other team members are not strong enough, but totally hampered during the extreme counter phase to show his inadequacy with the bug around. Okay, I may have effed up here. I needed to do Sin Devil triggers so I could not be knocked back when reviving my other teammates. But maybe it took a little too much time to revive them, so one of them dropped out. But then again, being the true alpha here, I will make sure justice is served to my other two teammates. The usual rotation deals tons of damage, taking out so much health it isn't funny anymore. This is a slug, so I will show how useless he is twice against the extreme counter phase. And depending on the rotation, sadly he has to very slowly chip away at the shield and take her down. And very luckily, we managed to finish her off with about half a minute left. God damn it. So how well has Alpha and Omega fared? Actually damn well. All my other quad fights were completed within 5 minutes and he is top dog, with a number of them against stronger hunters like higher grade Count Thunder, Legend Seeker and Endless Judgment. Since his skills are all single target, naturally he will blast the bosses and turn them into mincemeat. Well, if you don't have any more resources left with only 4 days remaining, keep the gems and wait for his step up. That will be the best deal. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Lionel's Devil May Cry Pick of Combat. Never contemplating life's decisions again with Vergil. As the chairman, president and CEO of Alpha and Omega Vergil's fan club, we will now see his most dreaded enemy, Fat Frog Bar. Ah, what the hell, who am I kidding? This Ice Frog stands no chance at all against an Ice Hunter. This round you can't give the excuse of, oh, Bar is a very big target, naturally he gets hit more by AoE blah blah blah. Please. Alpha and Omega is single target and I will use a single target attack combi to show you his true power. With his uppercut and dive bomb spamming by a nice viewer who gave this idea and I shared in my shot on his damage potential, I will bring you to the promised land of motivation.
Show me your motivation.
This is one hell of a short fight like playing a speedrun, and the game has so nicely pitted me against 2 high 24 grade Count Thunders. Oh dear, can you see me pissing in my pants? Ha! Let me show you what real power is. You can start charging his Sin Devil trigger before the fight starts if you want. It doesn't really make a difference. Once this form is out, you will have absolutely nothing to fear against Bar. With the uppercut and dive bomb combo, his MP is charged very quickly in 2.5 cycles, allowing you to spam his trigger rush very often. When you spam 14,000% of damage, you know how much it adds up. Just remember that he still gets damaged by his ice maces and hailstorm thingy. With the Sin Devil trigger form, you are immune to everything the fatty throws at you. You don't get frozen, you don't get devoured, you don't get knocked back. Zilch, nada, name. So what does this mean? Unleash everything at him! In the Ice Maze phase, store your MP. Bar can eat you all he wants, no one gives a shit. You will lose a bit of HP, but who cares, boy? The last 30% of HP is hilarious. I was just laughing my ass off while fighting him. I think my Count Thunder compatriots were confused at what the hell is happening here. So what do you think, my friends? Is he not worthy as the strongest hunter now?
Are you not entertained?
Using ice against ice is counterintuitive, and I'm here to show you the nonsense Alpha and Omega can do. He is not clunky at all. Do everything in Sin Devil Trigger mode and every co-op fight is a cakewalk. Right? Right? Oh yes, that. Ha ha ha. But I still killed her with Alpha and Omega, dealing 80% of the damage. Who is the last one laughing now, huh? Thank you all for watching. Like, share and subscribe while we ponder how strong Sin Devil Trigger Dante will be. Nebula Joy can just throw us by making him a support damager and wipe their tears with money. And with Legend Seeker Step Up banner that has just ended, I have a newly minted EX Legend Seeker Vergil after using up 40k gems on lots of losses on the 50-50 pool. So now I have to save up my gems for Sin Devil Trigger Dante. Next week I will show off what an EX Legend Seeker can do, especially against boss hunt. Till next time, happy hunting and game on!